Depends on the beat, bitch.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, and you know what time it is. You know what we're trying to do today. You know what's on the agenda.
Mhm.
It's NFL Week 11, and TK's with me. That means it's business as usual, man. So we get ready to pick these games. Week 11, TK, how you doing, man? You ready to get these games kicked off, man? What do you say, man?
I am. I'm feeling excellent. I'm ready to make some good picks. I'm ready to redeem myself this week because I had a so week last week. So yeah.
I mean, man, I went about 3, 4 games with losses. And I'm like, come on, some of these guys got to win some games here, man. So yeah, man. So let's see what we got going here, then. So to that point, and before we get, let's do for record keeping. Um, yeah, here we go. Yeah, week 10. Your boy Uncle Fred went 10-5. And TK went 9-6, so he's all right in there together, man. It was some them 12 o'clock games was hellacious, man. It was what the heck is going on, man. So hopefully we get ready to get this thing right this week. So all right, man, let's get to it, man. So for like I don't know, the second week in a row and probably like the fifth week in this year, the NFL is doing this global thing. So, we've been to Ireland, been to London, been to Berlin, Germany. Now we go to Madrid, Spain. All right. We're in Spain this week, right? So we got an 8:30 game tomorrow. And we got the so-so game. You got the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. Miami is favored by 2.5. Miami gave us a win last week. I don't know what the Bills was smoking last week that allowed them to look as inept that they did, but Miami took advantage and they was able to get a win. Devon Achane had over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns. A great, and they was able to do some things. The Commanders, we know they're rife with injuries. I got the injury report up, but I'm not looking at it, but I know they got a bunch of dudes out. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins because I think they got less injuries and I think they got less things going against them. Uh, Commanders, obviously, Daniels, McLaurin are both out, and so really not looking for much for them. So I'm going with the Dolphins in this particular game as we venture out into Spain this week.
I'll take the Dolphins as well.
Dolphins, okay, good. We are in agreement on that, man. So, but y'all know some fights coming. I just know it, man. I'm all flexed up, ready to, because I know he gonna come at me on one of these games. But as it goes so far, we 1-1. We together on this. We 1-1. So, all right, man. So now as we move back to stateside, back on the great U.S. of A. soil, 12 o'clock Sunday games. Our first game has the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, we know that I do believe the Bengals had a week off last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And the Steelers took one on the chin to the Chargers. So, and we know, I believe that the Steelers will be looking to get some get back from that loss they took about 3 weeks ago. I think it may have been Joe Flacco's first start for them. And maybe it was second start, but he threw for like 300 yards and engineered them a come from behind win. Steelers got to try to get some stuff together because Baltimore is playing right now, so they have no time to be flumping around with the Bengals. So after that a loss, I like Mike Tomlin after a loss. I'm gonna go with the Steelers in this particular game, although Joe Burrow is practicing. He is practicing. He's lurking. He's on the horizon. So, will that give them enough moxie to say, "Oh, if we can just win some games to get Joe into it close, we can close the deal"? But I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Steelers in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Steelers as well. Much as I do think there are some good variables for the Bengals, it's not this week. So I'll take the Steelers for this week.
Not this week. All right, so we're in agreement again, man. I don't know. It's kind of boring when we agree, man. Come on, man. A little bit, man. All right, man. Let's see. So we've got both got the Steelers on that game. Steelers are favored by 5.5. Okay. All right. I got 3 stars by this game. Another 12 o'clock game. You got the LA Chargers traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville taking on L last week to the Houston Texans, which I don't know how you. I mean, it's like you invent ways to lose games. I don't know what's going on with that. But the Chargers, as I just mentioned, coming off a win against the Steelers where they dominated them. Defense was looking good. Offense was, opportunistic, made plays when they needed to. The Chargers are favored by 2.5. Jaguars gotta attempt to try to stay close to the Indianapolis Colts. And I know Travis Hunter's out for the season. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, the smart money says go with the Chargers, man, because I think they're playing better right now. I'm gonna take the Chargers, but yeah, give me the Chargers. Chargers.
Thanks, home.
Oh man! Oh, that uppercut right between the. Okay. The Chargers. Any extra verbiage you got on that, man? You just taking it just to be contrary today.
Well, I got to start trying to pinpoint the obvious upsets that are bound to happen tomorrow. So I'm gonna jump out there on this one.
Okay. Because every week there's at least one. There's at least one every week. So he's taking the Jags. I'm taking the Chargers. We'll see what happens. We're gonna fight in the middle of the ring. Whoever comes out wins the battle. We'll see. But I like my chances on that one. But we're gonna see. All right. So we definitely fighting on that one. All right. All right. Our next game. I got 4 stars on this one. I probably should have made it a 3-star game, but you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Highmark Park in Orchard Park, New York, to take on the Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored by 6.5. Bills had a surprisingly inept game against the Dolphins last week. Obviously, kind of got blew out. And the Buccaneers, look, man, a pretty decent game, a good game against the Patriots, but they came up a little short. I think the injury bug is really starting to affect them as we continue to see guys, not just random dudes. I'm talking about Godwin, Bucky Irvin, Mike Evans, these kind of guys. These are kind of guys that you got to have to win games with. Them going on the road. I'm looking for Buffalo to get back into winning ways. They're 6-3. If they got any chance at all of catching the Patriots and having some semblance of trying to win that division, they'll have to start with winning against the Bucks on tomorrow. So I guess I got Buffalo, but Tampa Bay's got to get their stuff together too, because they can't be losing 2 and 3 games in a row. But I'm gonna take the Bills because I think the Bills, I know they saw what happened Thursday night with the Pats. So let's just go with that's. I'm going with the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills. It's the Bills.
Bills. All right. We together. We together. We're going with the Bills. All right. Bills favored by 5.5, as I said. We'll see what happens. All right. I got 2-star rating on this game. You got the Chicago Bears traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Bears coming off of a win. And I know they beat the Giants last week, which caused the Giants to fire Brian Daboll. Ish happens, man. Ish happens. Bears are 6-3. In case you need them. And the Giants, like I said, Giants are an interesting watch. Now, this particular week, Jameis Winston is starting. he's done, talked about Hamilton and stuff and his press conferences. And he's I mean, he must watch TV, man. Uh I'm gonna take the Bears, but not the I'm taking why am I talking about the Giants? It's the Vikings. All right. The Vikings took one on the chin last week to the Ravens. If the Jaguars, shit, I'm all over. If the Vikings got any chance of getting the playoffs, they got to win some of these games. Give me the Vikings. I'm gonna take the upset here. I'm gonna take the upset here, as I think that the Vikings, I think they done found something with JJ McCarthy, and whatnot, and I do believe Brian Flores' defense is, you know, they make defenses a little tough um, for opposing quarterbacks and stuff. So I'm gonna go with the Vikes. Um, I don't think it's an upset because they favored by 2.5, but I think most people would pick the Bears in this. But I'm gonna go with the Vikes.
Picking the Bears.
The Bears. He's fighting with me again. So we got two fights. We got two fights. So you think this Johnson experiment's gonna move on? It's gonna go ahead and okay. All right, man. All right, man. I think the Vikes gonna do a little something this week, man. I think if they got any chance of making the playoffs, they gotta win this game. I think the Bears got some room for for some slippage. So we'll see here. All right, Minnesota favored by 2.5. All right, man, and not too much to say about game. You got the Houston Texans traveling to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. I got the Texans.
Texans.
No upset. I mean, no upset.
If you want to pick the Titans, feel free. I will not be doing that for the rest
I
of the
will
season.
not be doing that. Wow. Okay, man. I'm tempted to do that just to tempt fate. I'm tempted to do it, but I don't know. I ain't got it in me, man. Call me a coward, man. I can't do it. And watch them win. I'm gonna be looking stupid, man. But now, I'm gonna take the Texans because I think that's the smart money. Texans are favored by 5.5. Now you do know that the Titans will win one or two more games. It's just a matter of who is on the other end of that. It could be this week and it could not be. But I'm gonna take the Texans. We'll see. All right. All right. Moving to the AFC South, two-star rating on this game. I got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta, in fact, did they have a bye last week too? I believe they did. Now, I know the Carolina Panthers took that. Carolina Panthers got whooped last week by the New Orleans Saints. I do know that. That's one of the games I lost. You and I both. We both lost that one. So I think the Atlanta Falcons will be looking to avenge that 30-0 shellacking they got about a month ago by the Panthers. And I think the shoe starts to fall off, the slipper starts to slip off of the Panthers because they're kind of a one-trick pony. They can run the ball kind of well, don't really throw the ball that well. I don't think Bryce Young has more than 200 yards, but one game, and I think that was against the Cowboys. I got the Falcons, man. I believe the Falcons are favored by 3.5. I got the Falcons in this battle.
Falcons at home.
Falcons at home. I'm looking for them to get some good. And actually, the Falcons weren't off. They were in Berlin last week, and they lost to the Indianapolis Colts. It was a good game too. Very good game. Actually, could have won that game. But if they got any chance to get in the playoffs, they got to win some of these games. So same battle, same story with them as we talk to some of these other teams. They're right there in this middle, and they got to win some of these games. Atlanta favored by 3.5. We both got the Falcons in this contest. All right, man. Moving into some of the interesting games. This one's interesting for a couple of reasons. I got 2 stars on it because of the interesting factor. You got the Green Bay Packers traveling to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Football Giants. As I said, the New York Football Giants taking it lost. I think they had like a a 10-point lead in that game against the Bears last week and let them come. And that, like I said, cost Brian Daboll his job. The Green Bay's favored by 6.5. But the story with the Packers is, what the heck happened to their offense, man? I mean, they scored 7 points against the Eagles last week. And I know the Eagles got a good defense. I get it. I mean, they got a bunch of defensive guys all across the field. Jalen Carter, Jahad Campbell, Kunyan Mitch. I mean, I get it. But, dude, for you to go and not score until 5 minutes and something to go in the game, and you only scored 15 points the week before against the Panthers. Something's going on with that offense. That's why I'm saying this game is interesting, because they got to figure out what happened to their offense. I think maybe Jordan Love might be regressing a little bit. I know injuries might have something to do with it, but this game will probably be a lot closer than it should be. Packers are going to win the game, but they better figure out what the heck's going on, man. Because the other teams are catching up with them in the division. So I'm going to take the Packers, but I'm definitely going to be watching this game to see what happens. Packers.
Shout out to Jameis, though. Always fun to see Jameis out there.
Yeah. I was a game early on that. Jameis will be playing. That means it's going to be way interesting, man. It's going to be way interesting. I'm going to have my popcorn, definitely, watch and see what Jameis come up with, man. He's going to make a play or two. I promise you that. Not going to disappoint. All right, so we're in agreement with the Packers, but we're going to watch that Green Bay offense. We're going to see what's going on with it. Maybe they get that fixed. All right, that concludes our 12 o'clock games. All right, that's all our 12 o'clock games. Now we move to our 3:05 games. There's 2 3:05 games on the agenda for today or for tomorrow. And this one I got 5 stars, Brian. We probably need to elaborate on this one, because I think this might be the game of the day. You got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to SoFi Stadium. I'll get it right in a minute. To take on the LA Rams. Both teams 7-2. Both teams looking to take home that number 1 spot. They're it's them two and the Eagles. All three are 7-2. They're all looking to try to solidify their playoff seeding. Both teams are playing extremely well. Seahawks with that thrashing of the Cardinals last week. I think it was like 44-22 or something like that. They were able to, Jackson Smith and Jigba was able to do a lot. They didn't even use Shaheed. They didn't even really get him in the game. That's what makes the Seahawks scary, because when they implement him into their offense, that just gives them a little more variety as Cooper Kupp comes back and starts to assert himself. Cooper Kupp will be going back to SoFi where he made his fame. So that's going to be an interesting storyline there. Playing against a team where he kind of, cut his teeth and, won a Super Bowl MVP and all that kind of good stuff. Seahawks are deadly on the road. The only 2 losses are at home. All their wins are on the road. They've won every game on the road. Everybody know I like the Rams. Man, this is a tough one. I'm going to take the Rams, but, man, I don't know, man. The Seahawks, man, might be playing the best ball in the NFL right now. I might be playing a little homerism here, but I'm going to take the Rams, but I'm not surprised if the Seahawks come through and get them a win in SoFi.
It's the game of the week, and it's a toss-up for me, so I was picking whoever you weren't picking, so I'm going Seahawks.
Don't you like when folks just be wanting to fight with you just for no reason? Just because it's Saturday, I'm going to fight just to fight. Man, come on, TK. You got be better than that, man. Be better. Be better, man. All right. He going Seahawks. I ain't mad at that pick, man. I am not mad at that pick, because I was tempted to pick them because they totally dismantled the Cardinals last week. I knew they were going to win, but good gosh. It was 38-7 at halftime, And so we're going to see what happens this week, man. Matthew Stafford may be MVP. He's playing MVP ball. I think he got like 24 touchdown passes. Playing remarkable football right now. So should be a great game. So we'll be looking forward to that. All right, our second 3:05 game of the day will be, I got 2 stars by it. It's the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Glenville to take on the Arizona Cardinals. San Francisco's favored by 3.5. The 49ers got whipped. And really, these are the two teams that got whipped by the two teams we just talked about last game. These are the two, teams that went home with their, with knots on their heads because they both got whipped. 49ers got whipped by the Rams. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They got whipped. And the Cardinals got whipped. All right. I look for the 49ers to get back right. I think Brock Purdy is starting. I don't know if that's a big ripple move or not, because I think he and Mac Jones are essentially clones of one another. I think, they get the same production either way. I don't know. But I'm going with the 49ers just because I just think they're the better team, and I just think that they're looking forward to get back in the winning ways. So I'm going with the 49ers. Niners. Or Niners. Okay. Another NFC West battle. So the NFC West teams are both battling each other this week. So we'll just see what happens there as they jockey for playoff positioning. I don't think the Cardinals will be in that fight, but they'll put up a fight in this game because it's just familiarity breeds contempt. All right, so let's move on to our 325 games. All right. Sunday, 325. First game we got on our docket is the resurgent Baltimore Ravens going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Now, the Browns unceremoniously lost to the New York Football Jets last week, which I guess you get 2 returns for touchdowns. That kind of makes it a lot more likely that you win that game. I guess. Justin Fields still threw for like 60 yards, I think. I'm going to take the Ravens because I just think the Ravens really trying to make up for lost time. I'm going for the Ravens. Action Jackson. I think he missed some time during the week for practice, but I look for him to start this week, and I look for the Ravens to make short work of the Browns. So I got the Ravens. Ravens. I think they're on a mission. They know their time is short. They don't really have. They got a short time. They ain't got a long time. They got to win every game they can win to catch the Steelers and get themselves back in playoff contention. So that's what we're going. That's what I think is going to happen. So I got the Ravens. We're both in agreement on this particular game. Now here we go. The other 5-star game. I have 4 or 5. I can't see that. You got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Mile High Stadium to take on the Denver Broncos. Another game of the day, I might add. You got the Broncos coming off of a very unceremonious, an unspectacular, an uninspiring win over the Raiders. I think it was like 10-7, where they did not look good at all. And they take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And let's face it, the Kansas City Chiefs need this win because if they drop to 5-5, we're looking at playoff, like shudder the thought that the Chiefs might not make the playoffs. Can we even conceptualize that notion? So Broncos looking to try to hey man, we the new kids on the block. We 8-2. We trying to go 9-2. We trying to find ourselves in the top spot in the AFC and get all our games at Mile High. So this is a tough one. I really don't like picking against Kansas City because I just think that they just got moxie. I just think that they just when the situation is the biggest, they tend to play the best, no matter what's going on. All right. I'm going to take Kansas City, but man, they better play with their A game because Denver is not playing with folks right now. I'm going to go with Kansas City because I just believe in Mahomes. I believe in Andy Reid, but man, they better have a good stuff. They better have their fastball working Sunday.
Chiefs.
Okay. All right. You said that without any apprehension. I got apprehension on this one, TK. I got apprehension. Okay. All right. Hope we don't be crying Monday, but I don't know, man. This game's big. It's a big game for them. You know, it could be the changing of the guard. I mean, I just don't know if everybody's conceptualizing what this all means. This could be the changing of the guard, man. So we'll see. So we both got the Chiefs, but I'm shaky on mine. You know, he on solid ground with his. All right. Those are all of our evening games. So now we go to our Sunday night game. And this is a 5-star game. This could be the NFC championship game. You know, 5-star game could either be a championship game in the conference or it could be a Super Bowl preview. That's what I call a 5-star game. It's must-watch TV. That means whatever you got on your schedule to do, you cancel that and you watch this game because it's going to deliver. You got the Detroit Lions traveling to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Lions are 6-3, I believe. The Eagles are 7-2. Coming off of that, I don't think it was that impressive, but it was a win. A win is a win over the Green Bay Packers. Eagles are favored by 2.5, which means it's basically like a toss-up. The game is outdoors in the elements. I think sometimes outdoors in the elements, the luster kind of comes off of the Lions a little bit. You know how I feel. F them Eagles, man. F them Eagles and anything they rolled into the building on. I don't give a damn. F them Eagles. I'm going Lions. I don't give a damn. I'm taking the Lions, man. I figure they gonna upset the apple cart, man. They're gonna go in there in the blustery winds and the 25 degrees and whatever's going on, and they're gonna get a win against the Eagles, whose offense ain't playing that well. I'm gonna take the Lions.
I'm going Eagles.
On Eagles. I knew he was going. And if I would have went Eagles, you would have went Lions, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's incredible, man. Incredible, man. All right, man. He just want to fight. He likes to fight, guy. That's who he is. I've always thought that, but now I'm seeing it. He likes the fight guy. All right, man. We always on Monday night. We're gonna say this for last. I'm just gonna put. I ain't got a whole lot of verbiage on it, but I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you. We got Monday night, 8:00, ESPN. You got the Dallas Football Cowboys traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders had an inspiring loss, if there was a thing, to the Broncos. Played great defense. They had the Broncos thinking about benching Knicks. He was terrible, So we go up against the Cowboys. Cowboys got defensive reinforcements, of course, because they needed to, because their defense is 31st in the league in points, and then defensive points and yardage and things of that nature. Adding Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson at the defensive line and linebacker positions, and then welcoming in Demarion Overshown from the injury reserve after that horrific injury last year. And then, of course, green lighting, what's the kid's name from Eastern Carolina? His name will come to me in a minute. I got the Cowboys, but this is a game which they don't win. We're talking draft, and I don't want to talk draft yet. I think the Cowboys really understand what's going on because they know they got a murderer's row coming up. If they don't win this game, they may as well put Joe Milton in and just see what the rest of the young guys got. There's no sense in even trying the rest of them. Let's just get us a high draft pick. So I got the Cowboys because I think if you don't win this one, then you definitely not getting in the playoffs. So I got the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Okay. Let them win this one. All right, Siobhan Ravel, that's his name. Siobhan Ravel, that's his name. Siobhan Ravel Jr. Making his first NFL action for the Cowboys. So we'll see what happens with them. Y'all better win. Y'all better not make me look like a fool on national TV. Promise you that. All right. So Thursday night, the following week, got a good game. I think the last few games been kind of sort of suspect a little bit. You got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. Don't know what conditions each team will be in because we don't know what's going to happen on the Sunday previous. I'm going to take the Texans because I think they need this game. Houston usually plays real well at home. I'm just going to be contrarian because I know he's going to take the Bills. So I'm fighting too. So I'm going to take the Texans.
Bills.
See, I'm fighting before I knew there was a fight. See, that's me. I knew there was going to be a fight, so I just took the other thing. I just braced myself for the fight because I knew which way you was going. So yeah, I got the Texans. You got the Bills. All right, bonus. Got a couple of bonuses. Couple of college games. We're just gonna talk about them. At 2:30 today, you got the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Oklahoma Sooners. It's a big game to decide probably who's going to the SEC championship game to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. The Alabama Crimson Tide is 8-1, winners of 8 in a row. The Oklahoma Sooners are 6-2, and both one of the best defenses in the nation. Offense leaves something to be desired. You know me, I bleed crimson and white. I think Ty Simpson, Jeremy Bernard, Ron Williams, Latham. I think Lawson. I think they're gonna do their thing. I got the Tide in this game. Roll. I don't know rolling. I just got them winning.
Bama.
I got them winning. Got Bama. Okay. And here's the other game. You got the Texas Longhorns traveling between the hedges to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, Texas has been at most of our whipping boys for last several weeks. We just wanted to see somebody whoop them because I thought, they all this ballyhoo they was getting, and they was able to beat Vanderbilt and beat a couple other teams. I'm like, man, okay, maybe they kind of okay. And I just want somebody to whoop Georgia too. So I'm gonna take Texas. Go into Athens and whoop the Bulldog. Can you do that for a brother? Can y'all go in there and whoop them for me? Can y'all do that? I mean, Arch, can you put something together and win a game that maybe ain't nobody expecting y'all to win? Can you do that for a brother? I'm gonna take the Texans to go in there and whoop the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I want Texas to win. So yeah.
Man, now I thought you was gonna fight
me on that one. All right.
You ain't no fun, man. I thought you was gonna fight me on that one.
No.
I just think that your disdain for Georgia overtook your need for entertainment value. So that's fine, man. I ain't mad at you for that, man. But look here, man. This is week 11. These are our picks. I want you to go home, watch your football Saturdays, and then get ready for your football Sundays. These weeks are about to wrap up, man. Okay. And hopefully your picks will be just as good as ours, man. Imparting anything you got for us, TK?
As usual, enjoy yourselves. Stay healthy. Stay active. Stay inspired. Watch some football.
All right, man. Stay blessed. Stay encouraged. Quote my man Jay Tuck. Stay blessed. Stay encouraged, man. All right, man. Until next week, man. Signing off for TK. This is Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred's Rants on our Pick'em Show. God bless you. We catch y'all next week.